honorable mention list with Osiris Torrence. He just got drafted last year, and he's been a pretty impactful player already for the Buffalo Bills. Definitely helping Josh Allen on his pass protection. Really good in the run game. Definitely a agile guy for a big guy. Can move fast. Pancake blocks for sure. Overall, just a stud man in an early stage of his career. I think he could definitely be a top 10 right guard in this league. As of right now, he's honorable mention. He's 24 years old, 1 year in the league. He's got 3 years, $3.93 million contract, 17 games he played, 1,163 snaps, six penalties, and three sacks allowed. It's not bad for a career that started, and I do believe that he'll get better with time, and he's going to be the most reliable guy just because Buffalo's offensive line has been depleted from this free agency. Guard position, we got Alex Cappa, honorable mention. He was a Bucks pick back in 2018, I believe. And I mean, he's been pretty impactful for that team. He's now a Cincinnati Bengal. Won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady there. Definitely was not a tackle. He's a guard now, but has been pretty good, man. Has been pretty reliable in his career so far. He's 29 years old, 7 years in the league, 2 years, $15 million on his contract, 17 games played, 1,066 snaps, four penalties, and four sacks allowed. It's reliable. Nothing too special about the guy, but overall, I mean, he's okay. He's pretty good. Will Fries, honorable mention. Another Colts lineman that, again, makes up this amazing offensive line that they have out there in Indy. Definitely a guy that's overlooked. No highlights for him. It was really hard to pull up anything of him, but he has made a mark in his career already, in his young career. 26 years old, 2 years in the league. He's got 1 year, $3.11 million up in the contract. 17 games played, 1,125 snaps, nine penalties, and four sacks allowed. So he's a young guy that's going to learn through everyone else on the line. But overall, if that's the worst thing you can do in terms of four sacks allowed, I mean that's fine, man. He could just get only better, and I think that Indianapolis is going to be pretty hard to really be able to stop next year. So, an honorable mention, we got Greg Van Roten. This is a guy that's a veteran in this game. Took a hiatus for a while. Definitely seemed like he wasn't going to go back to the league. Came back and he's played pretty good football since then. Overall, I mean, it's a veteran guy that knows his assignment, knows what he's got to do. Not the fastest, not the strongest, but just uses his leverage on his body and as well as in terms of what he knows about the game to get him by, and it's done numbers for him, honestly. He's 34 years old, 7 years in the league, 1 year, $1.6 million up in the contract, played 17 games, 1,025 snaps, zero penalties, and five sacks allowed. So the penalties, that's great. No penalties at all with him, but the sacks could decrease. But overall, um, it's a solid veteran on the offensive line for the Raiders that is in need of it, and also the fact that they do have some type of talent and some type of ability and potential to be better next year. So got Sam Cosmi, honorable mention for the Washington Commanders. Not a lot of people really go and check out Washington Commanders football, but he is one of those guys that has been solidified as pretty reliable and pretty gifted, pretty is a star in that team on that offensive line who really needs it, honestly. But Sam Cosmi, 25 years old, 4 years in the league. He's got 1 year, $3.11 million left in the contract. 17 games played, 1,103 snaps, 4 penalties, and 1 sack allowed. So overall, has had a great year, and I think he'll continue to have a great year, and hopefully he can be in a top 10 list pretty soon. Definitely, main reason Washington, can have an offensive, game or run game or whatnot. Mainly it's because of him, and so overall, though, Sam Cosmi, well deserved. I got John Runyan Jr. Honorable mention, definitely following in his father's footsteps in terms of offensive line play. Made a really great name for himself in Green Bay. Now he's off to the New York Giants. I think it's a great signing for them. Improves their offensive line tremendously and interior for sure. Definitely, I believe that this will be beneficial for them. It's a huge loss for Green Bay. We'll see what they do with that. But overall, John Runyon has done an amazing job in his early point of his career. He's 26 years old, 4 years in the league, 3 years, $30 million with the New York Giants. 17 games played, 928 snaps, 6 penalties, and 2 sacks allowed. So overall, yeah, a good year for him, and I expect him to be impactful with New York right now. Kevin Dotson, honorable mention. This Rams offensive line is really impressive. I think what they did this offseason was really impressive, and their interior is top notch. Their tackles they're okay. Havenstein is definitely a good right tackle for them. On the other side, they're kind of working on their left tackle there, but I mean overall, this is a pretty decent offensive line that's going to do wonders for Matt Stafford and for the running backs out there. So you're looking at Kevin Dotson, 27 years old, 4 years in the league, 3 years, $48 million that he signed with the Rams. 14 games that he played, 881 snaps, 2 penalties, and 4 sacks allowed. Sacks was a little high for him, but overall, he is still a decently great guard and definitely needs to be regarded as such. Honorable mention list, we got Will Hernandez for the Arizona Cardinals. This is a team, like I said, that's still rebuilding. There's so many pieces that they need to be filled. Their center is looking pretty good, and their right guard is looking pretty good. He's a veteran, been doing this for a long time. Still effective, still impactful. Definitely a leader in that team. So overall, yeah, they should be happy with having Froholt and having Hernandez. And you look at it. So Will Hernandez, 28 years old, 6 years in the league, 1 year, $4.07 million left in the deal. 17 games played, 1,109 snaps, 1 penalty, 4 sacks allowed. So overall, pretty decent, pretty great numbers for him. Definitely doing well in his career, and yeah, he definitely deserves to be recognized as an honorable mention.